Hello, this is Randy Meredith for Navarre Newspaper, and today we have the honor of having three gentlemen who each are running for commissioner in three different districts, and I'd like to introduce them, and they can tell you a little bit about themselves. First off, we have Geoff Ross. He's running in District 1.
Good morning, Santa Rosa County. This is Geoff Ross, your fiscal conservative Republican candidate for County Commissioner in District 1. And for those folks who aren't sure where District 1 is, that would be Pace, Pea Ridge, and that part of the Santa Rosa County. And it's a great honor to be here, a great pleasure to speak to the citizens. And I look forward to meeting you out on the campaign trail and asking your questions. And I look forward to this interview right here with Randy and the Navarre Newspaper.
And second up, we have James Calkins, and he's running in District 3.
Good morning. My name is James Calkins. I'm running for County Commissioner for District 3. That's the north end of the county with Jay, Shamuckla, and all the farmland. And I would like to introduce myself. I started off as a small business owner from Navarre Beach originally, and I have built a business, sold it, running for commissioner, basically because I believe all dreams in Santa Rosa County can be possible. And there's one thing that defines me is my faith. And I believe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I believe everybody can take that same verse and use it themselves, and we can make Santa Rosa County great. And good luck, and thank you, Randy, for having us here, and I appreciate everything. Thank you. Bye.
Next up, we have Colten Wright, and he's running in District 5.
Good morning. My name is Colten Wright. I've lived in the area since 1977 and moved to Gulf Breeze in 1990. I'm a graduate of Gulf Breeze High School and have built a business here and have a family here, and I want to make sure that the Santa Rosa County area continues to be a great place to live and we can make things better for everyone and give my children an opportunity to actually stay in the county versus leave and go somewhere else in the country.
Okay, just so that everybody knows what I'm doing here is I'm asking all three of them three questions, which will be the same question to all three. The fourth question will be a particular question for each person. The first question is going to go to Geoff Ross and talk about future growth.
Future growth. Well, Santa Rosa County is growing exponentially. The folks are moving here by the drove, so we have to plan ahead for the population increase. I recommend an infrastructure fund be set in place to plan 5-year, 10-year, 20-year, 30-year down the road. Infrastructure will be critical in making sure we don't, crowd the roads up and give people a quality of life. Very important. The Navarre Bridge, for example, is obsolete. It cannot handle the traffic flow, even from the growth of Santa Rosa County right now. So 10 or 11 years from now, we're going to have to be looking at replacing that bridge. So do we have a plan in place to do that? I've got a plan in place to do that. And future growth, we don't want people not to move here, but we do need to plan ahead, and we do need to prepare for the added citizens.
James Calkins, same question, future growth.
Well, if we don't grow, we die. We need growth. But what we need is smart growth. And when I'm driving down Woodbine Road and I'm stuck in traffic, I'm thinking of ways of how we can make this better. Well, we really need to expand Woodbine Road. And how are we going to do it? Well, I believe working with leaders in our state, legislator, get funding from our state to expand Woodbine Road. I believe we can get it done. Don't let anybody say we can't get it done, because we could get it done. Also, being from Navarre originally, traveling on 98, I noticed that there's just more and more traffic. The way to alleviate that traffic is we need an access road that's in the base. And there was actually an Alt 98 access road that was in the plans, and what had ended up happening was they ended up, because of some endangered species, they canceled the whole thing. Well, what I'd like to do as county commissioner is work with our military and get these things done and alleviate our traffic.
Colten Wright, future growth.
Well, we need to remember that many of the reasons why people have moved to the Santa Rosa County area is because we have great schools. And we need to remember that just because we're here, it doesn't mean we don't want anybody else here. Growth is going to continue to happen. We need to look back, though, and realize that for many decades, the leaders of Santa Rosa County have not looked to the future. They haven't had a good plan until most recently. So we need to look at that. We need to make sure we start planning for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road, even have a 40 and 50-year plan and stick to that and have some type of vision for what we want our county to be.
Okay, the second question will go to Geoff Ross. Public safety.
Public safety. Sheriff Bob Johnson is doing a fantastic job as our sheriff, keeping the streets safe. And as a county commissioner, my responsibilities to the sheriff's department will be funding and ensuring the training is funded and things like that. The training of our sheriffs is critical, and also the pay is critical. The pay between a deputy and a sergeant is 5%, and that is not an incentive to promote to sergeant. You would think when you get promoted to sergeant, you're going to take on that extra responsibility. It's part of public safety. It's part of responsibility. We got to make sure that the pay raise between deputy and sergeant is increased significantly to compensate for that added responsibility, which will improve morale in the sheriff's department, which will help increase public safety. I rode on 72 hours on patrol with the deputies. I did a 72-hour patrol over a period of a year to learn how the sheriff's department operated. So I'm well versed on the operation of the 5 districts that the sheriff's department covers. And I've got a lot of good ideas in place in my head for help.
James Calkins, public safety.
Well, I would like to say that one of the greatest things about Santa Rosa County is we are one of the safest counties, and I would like to give a lot of that credit to Sheriff Wendell Hall and also our newly elected Sheriff Bob Johnson. They have worked extremely hard to ensure that our citizens is safe. And as a county commissioner, I would like to give our budget is a lot of money goes to the sheriff, and I believe that we need to give them the support they need to keep our citizens safe, as in if they need new cop cars, we need to provide those new cop cars. If they need if our police officers need to be able to compete with other officers in other counties, they might need to get a little raise in order to compete. And so I would listen to our sheriff because he's the guy on the front lines that knows how to keep us safe. So I would give all my support to what the sheriff wants us to do in this county.
Colten Wright, public safety.
Well, I believe as a county commissioner, my number one goal is to make sure that the citizens are safe. I realize a lot of people think that falls simply on the sheriff's department, but I believe as a leader in the county commission, that's one of our most important goals. That should be our number one goal, is to make sure that the public is safe. All you have to do is look to a neighboring county to our west and see that there's been a shooting virtually every day. And we should be very thankful that we don't have that in Santa Rosa County. I think that's a testament to not only our law enforcement, but also the type of citizens we have that live here in Santa Rosa County. I believe that we should be very honored that we have probably one of the best sheriffs that I've ever seen, with Sheriff Bob Johnson leading our sheriff's department. We have the finest men and women in that department. We need to continue to make sure that we equip them with the best equipment they can have and competitive pay. But let's not overlook our firefighters, our EMTs, and our other first responders here. They all help provide a safe environment for us in Santa Rosa County.
Geoff Ross, economic development.
Economic development. Economic development is critical for job growth, and job growth creates wealth for the county. As a county commissioner, it would be my responsibility to help small business grow, not raise taxes. I don't believe in raising taxes. Raising taxes hurts an economy. You help a small business grow by deregulation. You deregulate a bunch of the rules which are blocks to preventing businesses from setting up shop here. And I can cite some examples of that. But economic development is required to help not only the citizens get a good paycheck and put food on their table, but to help grow business, which then will grow employment, which will then grow wealth for the county. You don't need to raise taxes to to fund this county, you need to grow small business.
James Calkins.
Economic development. This is one of my favorite questions, actually, because it's one of the most important things that we need to do as a county. We are one of the wealthiest counties, but we're the third lowest tax county for property taxes. Walton County is the first lowest property tax county. I think we need to lower our property taxes below Walton counties. And the reason is because that will generate jobs. More businesses will move here because we have a lower tax environment. Walton County was the poorest county in the entire state, and now it's one of the richest county. Why? Because they provided incentives for businesses to move there. We got an industrial park sitting up 87. It's empty. It's still empty. Well, I am hearing that the county is trying to get jobs. Well, we need to do everything we can to get those jobs here, get factories here that provide high-paying jobs. That is one of the most important things that we need to do is we need higher incomes that will provide us infrastructure, that'll help our grandmothers, our military that are on fixed incomes to not raise their taxes. So we need to do everything we can to bring businesses here and provide economic opportunity for our citizens.
Colten Wright, economic development.
Well, I think we have a strong and vibrant county and a very strong and vibrant economy now, probably one of the strongest economies we've had in the last 60, 70 years. But I think in Santa Rosa County, there's a number of things we can do. I think at the small business level, we need to find ways to make the county easier to do business and have an attitude where we want local citizens to create new businesses, because small business does generate the bulk of the revenue in the country and in our county. I think at the same time, we do need to find ways to enhance large companies and try to, do a good job bringing new companies in that have large employment forces. But the big thing is, if we have a vibrant economy and we continue to grow that in Santa Rosa County, we will see revenues to the county go up, which will help us keep taxes low for the citizens.
All right, now we are moving on to our individual question. And Geoff Ross, this is for you. Can you explain how you're going to lower the taxes in Santa Rosa County?
We have a low tax base, but we can go lower. The gas taxes were doubled on us in 2016. We can roll back gas taxes, say 3 cents a gallon. Our economy's strong. We can do that. We can afford that. If we grow small business, which we can do by deregulation, when you grow small business, that creates revenue for the county. Revenue for the county goes to the general fund, which means we don't have to raise taxes. We can build small business. So my campaign has been all about growing small business, and which in turn will generate revenue. It's important that small business feels like they're welcome here. Like was mentioned earlier, the industrial park is empty. It's been empty for 10 years? That's unacceptable. We should have that industrial park vibrant, economically working and creating wealth, not only for the citizens and the business owners, but also for the county revenue.
James Calkins, here's your question. What will you bring to the table if elected commissioner for District 3?
Okay, well, it's great that we all have to live in our districts to serve, because one thing about living in District 3 is I've met a lot of people and I've heard a lot of concerns. And one of the biggest issues that I've heard after talking to folks is the internet sucks. We need to change that. And I'll tell you what, getting a better internet connection will help bring technology to our area. We need to work with landowners and bring AT&T, Verizon, get them 5G in District 3. This will help people move into the district and create jobs, and it'll also help us to be able to. I mean, I'll tell you, a lot of us are on satellite, and it don't work. It's not good, and I believe that the rural areas need better internet, better infrastructure for those things, and also our district is very conservative, one of the most conservative districts in the county, and I believe that we need to be represented better.
Colten Wright, what qualifies you to become commissioner in District 5?
Well, thank you for the question. I think the first thing to look at is the fact that I have 16 years of small business experience in a successful and thriving business. That year over year, since starting in 2003, we've had rapid growth, and that's people think that rapid growth in business is a great thing. It is a fantastic thing, and I'm very thankful for it. But with that rapid growth comes extreme difficulty in cash flow management and the demands that a business has put on itself by the consumers. So 16 years of dealing with those challenges and knowing what that's like, I think I can relate that to the rapid growth that the county has had. In addition to that, I served for 4 years on the zoning board, so I'm in touch with the land development code and the things that are great about it, and as well as the things that need to be changed and what our county is facing. I served 3 years on the local option sales tax oversight committee, and I also spent 4 years on 2 separate boards for the Santa Rosa County Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, and this is the wrap-up time, so Geoff Ross?
It was a great pleasure to be here and an opportunity to speak to the citizens of Santa Rosa County. I ask for your vote on August 18th, 2020 for Geoff Ross, County Commissioner, District 1, your fiscal conservative candidate. I will be your full-time commissioner, not your part-time politician. I'll be full-time in the office, and if you elect me, my cell phone number will be available to the citizens if they want to call me directly. I'll have an open-door policy in the office where they can come and sit down and talk to me, and we can address the issues affecting them, whether it's potholes on their street, guardrails on Hamilton Bridge Road that need to be installed. Folks want speed bumps. There's a process involved to get speed bumps, and they want signs put up. I'm here for you. I'm your full-time statesman, not your part-time politician. Open door policy.
James Calkins.
Hi, I'm James Calkins, and I would appreciate your vote. What I stand for, one of the most important things in my life, is my faith. There's a verse in the Bible, Philippians 4:13, that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When I started my business, a lot of people told me I couldn't do it. I had faith. I believed I can make it happen. I started from nothing. Nothing was ever handed to me. And I worked hard, and I achieved a lot. I want to take that success to the Board of County Commissioners. I believe we can do it together. You're not electing me. You're putting yourself on the board because you're going to be my boss. You're going to tell me what to do. I'm going to work for the citizens of Santa Rosa County. And I really appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Colten Wright.
Well, Randy, thank you so much for having us out today. My name is Colten Wright, and I'm a lifelong resident of the area and have lived in Santa Rosa County since 1990. I have a beautiful wife named Regina of 18 years, and 2 beautiful little girls. They're very smart, Reagan at 10 and Paige at 7. I want to make things better for them and for the other people that live in the area. I'm just another guy who happens to own a business and cares about his community. You won't hear a lot of campaign promises from me. That's not the type of person I am. I don't have a desire to be in politics for the rest of my life. The only things I will ever promise you is I will be honest and I will be accessible. You can reach me. I'll give out my cell phone number. I have an email address. I will always respond. That's the only thing I can promise anybody, but I will do everything in my power to do the right thing every time.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. This is Randy Meredith for Navarre Newspaper.